Today we are going to present the free file motion and we are going to use Python. My name is Tanya Luomingya.
And my name is John, and my Chinese name is Idaho.
So, as I said, we are going to the free fall motion, and to start, we know that a free fall motion is an object that is falling under the influence of the gravity. And we are going to use these three formulas that we have here. And also, as I said, we are going to use Python. To use Python, we also can use Jupyter. And what is Python? We know that the principal purpose of Python is to program languages. So you can use programming languages for developing desktop or web applications. And also you can use Python to develop complex scientific numbers or of numeric applications, etc. And for Jupyter, we have that it is a notebook, it's an open source web application, and it basically allows us to type the text, to type the code, and then to run it. We are going to use the GUI design, and on that we are going to use the if, def, import, try, except, global, everything that we already learned in class, and also investigate by yourself, search on internet. This is the platform, the Jupyter Notebook, that is that you can use with your browser. Here's our code that are already wrote. And finally will appear a window here, and here you have the three formulas that we already set. You just can choose one of them and then input the data that it asks you to input, and you can have the result. Now, and here's the window. And now my mate will explain more a little bit about the code.
First, what we need to, I wanna run the program so I can explain a little bit easier. And if we run the program, this is the final result. And yeah, first of all, if you want to write the program, we need to, it's not that we need, but it's like just if you have to, if you want to, use try and accept. When you use try, it will try to run the program, and it will run if it is okay, but if it is wrong, you will use accept, right? Import the error, and it will output the error in this part right here, and it will show you where is the error and what kind of error you have in the program. So I think it's important if you are starting to programming, right? So you won't have to waste a lot of time looking for the error. We also gonna use the import tkinter.messageBox as tkinbox, but this I will explain a little bit later, maybe at the end, because first my mate will explain a little bit more about how to create this window that we are seeing here. And yeah.
So before we import the tkinter, we need to first create the window. So to create the window, we assign the win with the tk and t capital K that we already imported, and then we need to pick the size that we want this window to have, and we pick here the width and the height, the minimum size, and for the maximum size. Also, we can write the title, so we pick the free fall motion because that is the function that we are going to do. And then we need to write the labels, so we just have one because we have here the one that is choose an equation. So we create that and type the text, and also we need to pick the place. So it's according to the coordinate x and y. We pick 10 and 10, so it is here. But in case we want it to be in the middle of on the right or above, wherever you want. You just can change the XY coordinate and that's it. And then we need to create the entry button, the 1 and 2 that is here. These boxes basically are where you are going to input your data according to the formula you pick. And finally, we just need to create the buttons function, the button 1, that is the formula 1, and it is in place. Then the button 2 for the formula 2 here. But button 3 for the formula 3 that is here, and finally the calculator, the button 4 that is the result 1 with each place. And then to finish the window, we need to write win, point, main loop, and that's it. And then my mate will explain more how we did each formula calculation. So
Yeah.
here you have.
So how to make this formula work? Yeah. First of all, we're gonna use the sign function, and it is represent like this. We wanna pick 0 because we wanna change that letter in each bottom. So we also wanna use gravity, and we are gonna write like outside each bottom. Because you know the gravity will be just 1, and we pick like 9.8 meter per second square. So all these 3 formula will use the same information that we gave him here. But if you guys wanna choose 10, you can just change here and will be okay. And then we have to define the first bottom, and we're gonna use bottom 1 press. So here is the define one bottom. And yeah, the sign. We also wanna use global sign, and the meaning of this function is that whenever we pick for example, the bottom 1, it will send a sign to the program, and it will know what we are gonna enter and the calculation that we are gonna need. So this is the meaning of global, and it will connect with the outside and the inside, but with a little bit of different in each one. And where's the difference? Here inside. If you pick the sign 1, that it will be the bottom 1. It will use the first bottom, right? If you pick the second bottom, it will choose the second sign, and so on. I'm gonna use also the entry and delete for each box or each bottom, and insert also, so we can entry our data, and we are gonna use please enter initial velocity and the measure word. Yeah, and you can copy paste for the second bottom, but you have to change the sign and also the information that you wanna hear, and so on, right? And just remember to change the sign for 1, 2, and 3, yeah. And finally the bottom 4. This is the most important thing. For the bottom 4, we also want to use global, so we can know that these things are connected with the global sign. And if we pick, then we are gonna use if. And if we pick the first bottom, it will the meaning of the if is when we pick the first bottom, we have to enter this calculation, right? According to each formula, we have to write here the definitions of we have here the initial velocity and the time, and the final velocity is this equation according to the first one and the final initial velocity and the time, and then the result. The result would be right like this. Yeah, and we pick this thing, like the meaning of this .gf is we can choose how much digits we want after the dot, right? And we pick 2. If you want 3 digits, you can just change here to 3 or 4 or however you want. Yeah, and also here the TK box dot show info, it will show the result of that formula. Yeah, this is connected with this one. As I said before, I want to explain a little bit more about this. The meaning of this import tkinter.messageBox as tkinbox is that when you pick for example, the first one, and then you enter the data that you want to use. For example, I want to use 10, and for the time maybe 5 seconds, and then when I click the button of calculate, it will show you a box here with the final result. So this is the function of this part. Yeah, you can copy paste also here and just change with the sign equals to 2 for the bottom 2 and sign 3 for the bottom 3. And also remember that each formula has a different data, so you have to change that data. For example, for the sign for the bottom 2, you have to use the sign 2 and enter the initial velocity that is the same here, but the h will change here, and also the equation that we need in the second one is different from the first one, and you have to change that too. And the result, it will be like if you want the final velocity 2 and the second one the final velocity 2, so you can just copy and paste that, and also the digits after the dot, and also the meter per seconds, that is the measure word for final velocity, and also the TK box show info result. And for the third one, yeah, also the same, and just change the information here. And once we got from this, we are gonna go outside the if. We're gonna assign this sign equals to 0. It will end the loop here. It will save the data that you already picked. For example, I picked the second one or the third one, and it will save here the information that you already have. And then we have to define these 2 boxes here, and what we define here is that whenever we click in this box, we are able to input the data that we need. If we don't write this, we won't be able to change anything, and it will just show you these words here, and you won't change anything. Right, and once we have that, yeah, we can have in this place that the main already told you, that is the window part, and yeah, that's it. So you can try this whenever you have time. If you have, for example, a physics homework, you can choose these formulas and just write here the data that you have. But remember, this is this unit of the units
of each variable change.
Yeah, so you have to have in, for example, for the distance you have to have in meters. If you have in kilometers, you have to change from weather. Otherwise, the result won't be helpful for you. And yeah, that's it. If you guys want to use this program, you do have to remember that you have to change your measure, right? Because these are in meter per seconds, in seconds. Yeah, if you have in kilometers per hour, you have to change that. And if you have the time in hours, days, you have to change from seconds. And yeah, that's it.
So thank you for watching this video. We hope that this video will be helpful to you. And that's it. And if you want to give us your like, so maybe you can just give us your like.
And if you have any question or any suggestions, do not hesitate to let us know in the comments.